Good afternoon, everybody. Well, I'm going to start my first woodworking project this year. Actually, yeah, I guess it's considered the first woodworking project other than the Gen House door that I was working on earlier this year. I can't put the top on yet. I don't have the wood for the top, but the bench tops need to be belt sanded. I'm going to use the belt sander I got from a yard sale last year. Be the first time I used it other than just trying it out. So we're going to be doing that, and then I'm going to paint the bench tops. The bench tops, where you sit on is pressure treated wood, so we're going to be using the belt sander on that. I got my Sunday best on today. Of course, I'm using WVGA simply because I don't know how long this project's going to be, and it's a heck of a lot easier to edit. And I'm close enough that you can see the detail quite good. Now, it's not perfectly smooth, but I'm only going to slap a coat of paint on that anyways. across it this way because I'm trying to get the paint off. Otherwise, if you just go all with the grain, the paint don't all come off. That's why I'm going this way too. The best I can do, it's still got paint there. I'm not trying to get it down the bare wood, I'm just trying to get the loose paint off of that. And you can see why I'm using WVGA, because there's a lot of steps in making a project video. And if I was to do this in HD, I may have problems. It's one thing when I'm sitting there flapping my gums. This is not too bad. I just want to get the high spots off of it. I don't remember what grit this is. I think this is 80. Not too bad. That's not too bad. We'll hit that one more time straight through here. It's not perfect. It's pressure treated wood, as I said. I don't know if you heard me in the introduction. It's pressure treated wood. That should be good. We're gonna hit some hand sanding on that. We'll do that off camera. Just a little bit of hand sanding, smooth that right out. Does a better job than a belt sander. I never had much luck with using a belt sander anyways. They didn't seem to do all that, but good. But maybe to get paint off it with a very aggressive belt might do it. But this is smooth. I just went over this quick with this. This is 120. Nice and smooth. On this other side over here, I may not even need the belt sander, but I think I'll hit it quick with it. Hit it quick. It probably, you might be wondering what this white is. Earlier last year, when I put the sides on this thing, you know, you saw the videos on that, and then when I screwed this 2x8 pressure treated down, I filled the holes in with Bondo. Bondo is a very good thing to use. One of my viewers, I believe it's Marianne's husband, Joe, told me about that, and I have been using it before that, and it works really well to fill holes in. Excellent job. So anytime you have to fill holes in wood, Bondo works really well. So let's get you up here a little bit here. So I'm not sure. I think you're in camera view. Don't need to get real fussy. I'm just going to put a coat of paint on these two here, and not going to do too much until I get the wood, which I have to yet buy, to do the top of this. So I hope to get that done this year. Now I won't put boiled linseed oil on this because this is pressure treated, but I am going to do the same thing with the rails over here. I don't know if I'll get that out today because I think it's going to rain tomorrow. And I don't want to put 3/4 boiled linseed oil, 1/4 paint thinner, as what Joe told me. And the paint thinner allows it to soak in. And then we're going to put the latex over it about a month later. Because like I say, you can't get oil-based paint unless you want to buy Rust-Oleum that's made from metal and use that. So that's the only way you're going to preserve the wood is with boiled linseed oil. But you don't have to worry about this because this is pressure treated. Matter of fact, everything on this picnic table is pressure treated with the exception of the center pieces there, because that's done with Douglas fir back in 1985, and that has a coating of boiled linseed oil I put on last year, and then it has a coating of redwood that I put on about a couple weeks ago. I don't get fussy with sanding. It shows. That's why my body work never looks good. I hate sanding, I really do. I like to get it done quick and dirty. Get the worst off, you know. Okay. Now I think we're ready to stir up some paint. Alright, I want to tell you a little something about Home Depot here. The more I go in there, the more aggravating I get. Home Depot, they're a bunch of greedy SOBs. Not the people that work there because they have no control over it, it's the corporation. I hate CEOs, I always did. This paint here, this is porch and floor paint, redwood, that I bought at Home Depot maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It was in the bargain area and I paid $9 for this. It was a return somebody didn't want. They put the little sample color on top of here, and I guess somebody didn't want it. It was mixed and everything. So I had opened it and tried it out a little bit. That's why there's paint down on the side here. I'd purposely do that so I can identify the can a little better when it's sitting on a shelf. And now, the other day, in fact it was last week when I went in there to found out there's no more bargain wood, I went into another Home Depot, which is in the next town over, and they had clearance paint, gallon cans of different, they didn't have any redwood, but they did have clearance paints. So I says, oh, let's see what we got here. And I'm looking around. You know what they call clearance sale price? $29 a gallon on clearance, $49 a gallon. Are they crazy? I felt like saying, you people are nuts. I did say, they are nuts. I did say that, and in that tone of voice, nobody could hear me, I guess, but I didn't care. I was really ticked off. $49 a gallon on sale? No paint costs $49 a gallon. That's crazy. So, I was lucky to get this. And I'm going to open it now. So, there is no bargains anymore at Home Depot. I got a lot of stirring to do on this. They don't have bargains anymore. I got the last of the bargains. Now, all this redwood may not match perfectly with what I got, but I love redwood. It gives the old farm look, the old barn look, because I love the traditional look. This is pretty redwood. Now with this paint, this is a better quality bare than the number 9 redwood, the $10 a gallon one that I've been buying, which is the regular price, that I use on my gen house and the main shed. You can get that on your hands, and you can let it dry, and you can wash it off an hour later, and it'll come off with very little effort. The better quality one, you better wipe your hands right away because it's very hard to get off. So this stuff is better. I think we got enough mixing here. We're going to go over to the benches and do it. Nothing fancy. You've seen me paint before. Like I say, I just want to get a coat of paint on the benches, and they're pressure treated, as I said, so it's not going to matter whether it's painted or not, but it's better to paint it because then the wood won't check. In other words, little cracks in it and stuff. Now, when I do the top, it's going to be Douglas fir, because you don't want to use pressure treated wood of any kind on top of a picnic table because you got food there, even though we use a tablecloth. A lot of people don't. So never use pressure treated wood on the top of a picnic table. So I'm using Douglas fir when I do get it, and I want to put the boiled linseed oil in that to keep that wood from checking or cracking and drying out, and that'll also preserve it. And then if I can get some oil-based redwood paint to match the rest of the table, that would be good. All right. So let's go over there and a pretty close match, not perfect, but that's all right. Now I'll do it looks a little orangey compared to the rest. Usually when it dries, it changes color and matches better. But when I get the top on and everything, I will then turn the whole thing completely upside down and do everything, including the boiled linseed oil on the inside top of the Douglas fir, which is what it's going to be. I just want to get a coating on this because it's been neglected since I tore the greenhouse down in 2011. This thing's really been neglected, where it was undercover to pretty much when it was in the greenhouse. And now it's exposed to the weather all day and all night. Get this ugly ass down here a little bit to rest my back. I like working on projects. Enjoy doing things besides sitting in an electronic shop and flapping my ugly gums. Big trucks coming through here. Some big trucks here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, show me the way to go home.
I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it went right to my head. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. La-da-da-da-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da. Show me the way to go home, and the tag in the really good bed. Had a little drink and an hour ago, and it went right to my head.
Yep, it looks orange on the camera too. I'm looking in there. I hope it turns a little more redwood. That might be why it was rejected, but I've used it before, and my recollection is after it dried, it pretty well matched the rest of the redwood that I've used on other things. Any ants, we just paint them up. We don't screw around, we paint them. Alright, while I'm down here, we got this area here where I ran out of paint. I ran out of that $10 a gallon number 9, what they call the Bear number 9. I don't even know if they have it anymore. It's the cheapest redwood solid stain you can get. I really should have painted that first, but you know, I don't use my head except for a hat rack, which is only in the winter time. Yes, I know, she's the life of the party.
And without her, things here would die. La-da-da, la-da-da-da-da, la-da-da-da, feel and cry. La-da-da-dee, la-da, la-da-da, la-da-da-dee, la-da, la-da-dee. Yes, I know, she's the life of the party. And without her, things here would die. Nothing fancy, I'm just... oh, geez. Yes, I know. La-da-da-da-dee. La-da-da-da. La-da-da-dee. Oh! I already painted this part here anyway, so, but I'm just hitting it again. I just want to see how well it matches in, if it does it all. If it doesn't, I can do the whole table with this paint from this can. It's not a problem, as long as I got enough to do the top, because after I do the boiled linseed oil for the Douglas fir that's going on the top of this, and let that soak in as long as I can, I will go over it with this. Now, if I can locate some oil-based paint for the top only, that will match the redwood that I've got here, then I won't need to worry about that, because oil-based paint and putting it over boiled linseed oil, probably can do it the next day. But with latex, probably not a good idea until it sets in there for a while. And I'm not sure how long. One day, when I was standing there on the corner, I was very young and didn't know what to do. And all the girls would look at me and wonder, look at that skinny little kid, look at that fool. He didn't know what to do, and they laughed at him, and they teased him until he ran away. La-da-da, la-da-dee-dee-dee-doo. They wondered, and I still wonder to this day. We go this way because you want to get it in the cracks, like that, and then go with the grain afterwards. I have to do that on the decking because it's got a lot of check marks in it, in the wood. In other words, like cracks, but they're not all the way through. What they call checks in the wood. Not to be confused with paycheck, which is something I don't get anymore. They asked an ordinance in the town. They said I had to tear it down. That little brown shack out back, so dear to me. The health department said its day was over and dead. It'll stand forever in my memory. I could orbit around the sun, march with generals and march with men, or be a king upon a golden throne. Yep.
Oh, damn knees. Again, this is why I'm using WVGA. Sometimes a project video could be an hour long, sometimes an hour and a half long, and I have to edit out the unnecessary parts. And to do that, you can't do that easily with HD. It could hang up. Now you see what I mean about letting the paint stay on your hands? Now that cheap stuff, that number 9 that I've been using, comes right off. But this has been on since I started this video, so it comes off, but you got to really work at it. It doesn't come off totally, but if you work at it, it will come off. So I always have to have a wet rag with me at all times. All right, we're getting that pretty well all painted here. I did a lot of it off camera. Just gotta finish up in here. Well, it's dry and it turned into orange, so you can see the difference in the original redwood color that I like. But that's alright, I'll go over it with the number 9, which is a real redwood. Like I say, this one was mixed and the customer didn't want it, so that's alright. This is a better quality bear than the number 9 that I normally use. But it don't quite match. But it's good enough for now. Thanks for watching.